I don't know why, but you are watching the Madness Comic Network. Are you mental?
In the heart of a major city, in a place raised to honor Earth's past protectors, the world will again learn, sometimes, superpowered intrigue doesn't stop at the grave. Galaxy Memorial Park, Volume 1, beginning crowdfunding Memorial Day 2025.
It's Flip City Magazine, The Parodies, Special Edition, with savage send-ups of The Walking Dead, Star Trek Picard, Stranger Things, The Mandalorian, Guardians of the Galaxy, and more from the first 4 years of Flip City. Get Flip City The Parodies free when you subscribe in print at flipcitymag.com. The world's best satire magazine, and never, ever woke.
Welcome to the Monday Madness. What's going on, Pops?
I am still all caught up in not being able to have even gotten to share anything out yet because, as Q would say, the internet is being a dong.
A dong. It is being a dong.
I am not. Yeah, I haven't even shared anything out yet. Just trying to get into everything. It's like I was signed out of my Rumble somehow. I didn't do that, but I was signed out of my Rumble and had to go find which email it was because, those I've been locked out of those over the course of time. And so you got to figure out which email it is and then get the password for it and get logged back into it. So, hi, lurkers on Rumble. What up?
Yeah, keep one of these.
Dude, password for it. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I have a notebook. Yeah, I have a notebook. It's got, a full-size one with all that shit, all of it, all of it.
Yeah. Like, how am I supposed to remember this? Yeah. One little slip up and all the accounts are gone if you use the same one. So
no, they're all. I got different combinations of all different kinds of stuff.
Right.
Yep. But I can never remember it all. I had to write it all down. There's just no possible way that somebody can remember what he got there. Maybe 50 different passwords, different accounts that need passwords. Come on, man.
Right.
Let me in.
Let me in.
What's up? I think it's time for a safety meeting, though.
Yeah. I've given a bunch of safety meetings in my old career of actually working.
Yeah. safety meetings are good. They're good for the soul.
Yep.
We just a little bit more work here. Why don't you go ahead and introduce and bring out our most excellent guest?
This is Doran.
Is that who that is?
Doran the Bold.
Do we do the jazz hands up front this time? Real slow mo? Huh? Hey guys.
Eventually, I'll get everything done I'm trying to get done. But
Right.
go ahead, talk about your, stuff. Just talk about stuff.
Talk about stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, just one quick note on that safety meeting. We had one where Jiffy Lube, they wouldn't allow us to close the doors, the shop doors, because it looked like we were closed. So, but I was allowed to call a safety meeting in the waiting room, which was heated. So,
Did it have good ventilation? Did it have good ventilation though?
Oh no! It had good coffee. Yeah.
Were you wearing like yellow helmets afterwards, or like the vest with the yellow X's on it, or?
No, it was. Yeah.
You got to have good ventilation wherever you're having your safety meeting.
I got you. So, Doran, you released a book, or you started your campaign.
It is started, yes. Officially launched on Saturday night. Competing with
Awesome.
everybody else who's crazy starting out on the February. We're all going nuts. Yeah. I don't know why everybody's starting then, but it is.
Somebody big went out there and said, "Hey, February 1st is a great day to launch a campaign on it." Everybody went, okay.
Yeah. January's over. Christmas is done. Maybe some people paid a little bit of those bills off with the gifts, right? And now they might be interested in Rake Hill 3.
I just, I look at it like once people have started paying toward that Christmas credit card bill, it's time to launch.
Yeah, it's.
They're clearing up space.
In the retail room.
Get in there, get in there and get yours, yo.
Retail goes like this that time of year. Oh, so I assume most people don't have much money, even into February. I would assume it's. I was just delayed, so this should have originally been back in November. It should have launched was the original plan, and there was a bunch of other delays that happened.
How do you think I feel? How do you think I feel? I got Corissa and you and Lori all going bang, 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 and I'm like having to get all the same month, and it's like, oh,
Carissa's. Carissa's probably. Oh, okay. I didn't know she's in the middle of one, right? She's not.
She just finished.
She just finished one. Okay.
Yeah. And wow. Lori just started one, and you just started one, and it's like, damn it, I gotta buy these.
It's actually a shame we can't find a way to cross promote in the middle.
Oh, well, that's easy. All you gotta do is go, hey, Lori. Lori puts PDFs of your previous books up on her campaign as stretch goals.
I've seen people do that before. Yeah. Where they share
you just
them
send
out.
her like number one, like a PDF of number one, and then you get included in one of her bundles. And then people that are, they get to that stretch goal and they get your number one. They go, oh, shit, that's pretty cool. And they're over there looking at number two. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I've done that once before. I've had one person come to me and say, hey, you want to switch PDFs type thing? Or would I share a
Lori
PDF?
does that. She would love to, have another person from the madness, one of us. It's a team effort, bro.
And it's horror-based too.
Everybody
what everybody's
in the
doing.
madness needs to remember that we're all part of one team. And if there's something you need or something you want to do, you just, hey, somebody want to do this, and somebody's going to do it with you. Levi knows he ain't even been here that long, and he just watches collaborations and shit just pop off, man.
Yeah, for somebody right there right now on the network, we're doing the music for our video, so we don't get flagged on YouTube. Yeah. That was just hey, can you help us? Yeah,
we all got each other's back, so we include that. Our sponsors are also part of our team. You know what I mean? We do anything we can for them because, without them, we kind of have a much leaner show and resources,
So she goes, right? Scratch each other's backs.
Yeah.
Because I scratch mine now.
We got you, bro. You're one of us. That's what I'm saying. So you want to start in on that?
I sure will. Give me where we at? Right there. Okay. So we want to play the trailer first?
Yeah, if you want. Yeah, go for it. It's only a minute long, so it's not too long. You have to start it at the top. There
it is right there. Okay.
Get the dramatic music. Oh, it sounds like it's going in fast forward.
Loud?
Oh, yeah. I think it's my headset, actually. Yep. I think my headsets were set loud.
I did have it all the way up. Very cool.
Yeah, it was fun making that. It took me a little bit to do it, to figure out how to do it, but yeah, cutting out a lot of graphics, layering them, kind of putting the short story to it. Gets everything's rolling.
Very cool. So you're already at 19 backers.
Yeah, she seems to be rolling pretty good. Yeah, it's $1,000 Canadian. I had it set for to try and get funded quickly. I figured for this one it would be the best way to do it. It's the first time I've tried it this way. I've seen people talk about it or heard people talk about it, and that it's best to get funded as early as possible. So that's what I set this one to. Yeah, and that's why I put in the early supporter stuff.
You're only 150 American from funding, so you guys know what to do. Look, I'm going to get up in here. I'm going to get up in everybody's face for a minute. WHITEFIRE Comics. WHITEFIRE Comics. Raquel, #1. Look at that. Is that beautiful?
Love that cover.
Yeah, it looks good. Look.
And there's even more art on the back of it, too. Like, that's phenomenal.
Raquel, #2. The Shiny, Shiny Collector's Edition.
Oh, yeah.
Look. Raquel, #2. Oh, Quint's Curse, baby. Quint's Curse. More shiny, shiny, beautiful stuff. This is a proof copy, I believe, right?
Yep, that's why it's got that sticker on it. Yeah. That's one of the 2 proof copies I had to do. Yep.
And he's even got other titles, guys. He's even got other titles. Look, Doran's been in this for a bit. He knows what's going on. He's not very well known, but his stuff is really good, guys. Get in there. This is one I can guarantee you're going to be coming back. You're going to be going, thanks, Pops, for turning us on to this. That was fucking cool. This is one of those that, look, the first one was really good. I was blown away, you know? And a lot of times you get that first comic from somebody and you're like, oh, they'll be doing this over, you know? Not so with this one.
No, it's pretty seasoned in the sense that I've already been through the I'll do this over. The Forsaken Future, there is the remastered edition, like that's #1, where I created the first issues more for a teenage crowd, and then I realized that's not the right way to do things, honestly. If you're going to try and get anything back on it, teenage crowds just aren't going to have the money, right? They're more occupied with that. They're not going onto Kickstarter to buy comics, it doesn't seem. So that's why I remastered everything and turned it into more of an adult. Hey.
What's up, Lark Bark?
Lark Bark?
Lark Bark.
Hey.
But yeah, you guys know why when we're out here and we're talking about a campaign that's live, we ask you, please, please, please click that share button, either the stream or the campaign, whatever. Put it out there in your social media aura, in your bubble. Let your people know that it's happening. Ask them to do the same. please share this out, guys. Okay, look, Doran's got good stuff. Once you get on board, it's going to be just like what's happening with Corissa, what's happening with Lori. Once you get on board, you're going to be on board for the long haul. Okay, I mean, it's good. So do the thing. Yeah.
Thank you, Pops. Can't say better than that. It's a lot of effort, and it's not like I started this yesterday. I actually dedicated my life pretty well to being able to create comics in my part-time. Since I was 16 years old, even before that, I was already drawing comics and trying to figure out how to do something with my art. So it just naturally came out. And then in my career, I became a graphic technician printer to learn how to print. I took web design courses as the web came up, the internet got created. I got the whole history of trying to keep up with the industry and learning digital art and all that stuff. So thanks. It's been a long time coming getting to this point. But now it's a matter of where do we focus, right? You know what I mean? So, and which way do we go with all these stories and all these ideas I've got in my brain? They keep oozing out. I have to keep catching them and going, oh, I got to put this one to the side. I got to put that one to the side. You know what I mean? I'm sure anybody who's creative's got that same problem.
You know how most people got a devil and an angel on each shoulder? You just got a couple monkeys holding bowls.
Yeah. It's just kind of like, what's this? And they're just pouring it back out on the ground. Like, no, I knew that.
Catch this. Catch it. Yeah. It is always good to hang out with you, my friend. You know that. Look, Doran and I, for those of you who keep getting these whatever stupid messages on Twitter saying that I'm inviting you to come play a game. If it's not DDO online, and I'm not saying come join the Madness Guild on DDO online, it probably ain't me. Just saying. There. Now it's out in the airwaves. There's some gullible people out there, man. There's some dude got my Twitter account lined up, like set up in the middle of their scam. Like I'm the one sending. I don't come in your inbox and go, hey man, you want to play a game? That ain't me. If you get one, it ain't me. It just ain't me. Message me back and say, hey Pops, is that you? What's your dog's name? Something, because I ain't in your inbox asking you to go play a game online. Not me. Tell him, Doran, it's not me, dude.
Yeah, it's not him. He's too busy playing DD. Well, we haven't been playing for a while, but we'll get back to it. It'll happen. Yeah, we'll get back to it. It'll happen. Things will slow down a bit.
When we were setting things up, we were telling people come out and join us and play. Yeah. But we weren't in your inbox. We were online like this, talking to you with our mouths.
Yeah, I've never heard of someone emailing somebody. That doesn't sound like a cool way to contact your gamer friend. Like, I'm in the gaming my entire life too. Like, send them an email. I would actually message them, or I would actually call them, or
if I'm email seems in your inbox, it's about your appearance on the show or something to do with the network. I'm not inboxing anybody about anything else. I don't have time for anything else. Levi knows. Look back, Levi, at all our conversations on Twitter. Almost every single one of them has to do with the network. Every single one of them. That's all I have time for, guys. Comics. That's all I got.
You're in that chair a lot.
Huh?
You're in that chair a lot.
And this is all I have time for is stuff like this, promoting stuff like this, people like Doran, people like Lou, and people like Levi. That's all I got time for. Hi, Lou. What's up?
Hey, Lou.
But see, I own these books. I own the first two. I own, Forsaken Future. These are good. They're just good. I mean, they're not overdone. They're not, every panel isn't a freaking masterpiece that you got to, feel like you owe the dude $80 for the book. You know what I mean? It's like, it's good. It's what you expect out of a comic book.
Yeah, I definitely try to balance it out with all my experience in graphic design and all that too. I've learned a lot about pacing too, I like to think. So when you look at the art on the pages, you won't see many that are 3-panel pages. You'll see, like, for instance, there, the top left one's 4. That next page is I think that's about 3. But I try to keep the pace up higher. And if there's more action, I try to put more paces in. More frames in. to increase the pace, so you get more excitement out of action, right? So there's definitely, I tried to learn a lot of that stuff about storytelling. It's important that that you learn over time, and you can read about it and you can experience it. But definitely the art is amazing. CF Loom came on late to do the colors there on those pages. His art with his colors with Aja's art has merged very well, and I actually been editing all the inks, like I put the cut lines in and stuff like that. It's been a real collaborative product. So it's been it's quite the interest. And I don't have, none of these are typical superhero comics.
Nope.
Maybe a little bit the Forsaken Future, but definitely not Raquel. Raquel's not going to be your typical I'm a superhero running around. I found a way to do things. It's more supernatural. It's horror supernatural type stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, for instance, you'll see that the staff in the elderly lady in the backs. So I consider those artifacts. So those are more where you're going to get your powers from. So I'll introduce all these artifacts. Like, how people talk about the Ark of the Covenant, the Holy Grail, things like that. Well, I have a bunch of holy artifacts, and the way anything's gaining powers, you'll see via the inside cover of issue 1. It kind of explains how dark powers exist for demons. So as the demons are killing things, or if they kill somebody, they suck up your soul, and based on the how good of a person they've killed, more powers they'll get, no more powerful gift they will get from the devil. So they actually keep becoming more powerful with the more people they kill, which is a problem, right? So there's a lot of things that go on that are pretty cool. I mean, the art's phenomenal in issue 1 and issue 2 as well.
Speaking of issue 1, I just happen to have it right. Yeah. This is where he's talking about, where he explains what's going on right on the inside.
Yep, prelude. Yep.
This book is beautiful, you guys.
And the more you look at it, I call it the enigma, because the more you look at it, you'll see other things in it, by Derek Stevens. Yeah.
It is very, very nice, very well done. You also got, your coded puzzles and stuff. It's stuff you got to figure out on your own. Because there are artifacts that have runes on them, and you need to know how to read what's on them. If you want to really know what's going on and the lore that goes along with the book, you got to have all that stuff, right?
Yeah, and you can go to the website. I've created kind of that ecosystem where you can figure out if you find them first. So you have to find them within the comic, and then if you find the rune, you then decode the rune. And if you can all check that out on the website to get your answers to see how well you did really over the issue. So that's kind of a cool thing. If you go back to the campaign, you can see I have a graphic on the campaign of the actual card and an example of the rune.
One second. We're going to go back there in a second, but I have to show this to Lori. Look, Lori, it's a sticker sheet.
Yeah.
Sticker sheet, Lori.
All vinyl, so you can reuse them as well. So, and they're not tiny stickers. I didn't want to do these little tiny stickers like sometimes you get with the campaigns, like little tiny 8-inch ones or something like that. I wanted to make them more collectible on a sheet, for instance.
Yes, you can repeal them and replace them, guys. They're wonderful. Look, Doran thought this went out really well. Like I say, we need to help him get seen, guys, because this is all worthy of you checking out.
Definitely thought of, that's for sure. Those are good words. So here you can see the example of, on the left is the decoder card, the fancy decoder card you can get. And if you get the collector's edition this issue, you'll get an embossed version of it, a really nice version of the decoder card. And you'll see the 2 highlighted letters, and you'll look on the cover that Pop just had shown up. I put it right on the cover. The 2 characters are actually on a tombstone in the background. I'm explaining what the interpretation is in quotes. It stands for the lost, based on the decoder. So it's quite I know people love puzzles too, so it's kind of a way to get more value, if not out of the comic. I don't know if that value is the right word, but do something different. I like doing something different with the comics.
That's cool.
Anything that makes you put the book down and go do something else related to the book because you like the book enough to do that.
Yeah. And it gives you little tidbits of stuff, right? Yeah. What does the lost mean, right? What does that mean to the story? You might get hints to things in the story. I'm hoping there'll be a couple spots where you won't actually understand what's going on unless, right in that issue, but you might if you understand the runes is the idea. So if the person puts the effort into the runes, they don't have to wait for the next issue to figure something out, right?
Right.
If you're gonna take me out of the story, do it with more story.
Yeah.
Do it with something that's related to the story. Okay, in some way. It doesn't matter if it's a historical event, whatever. If you're going to take me out of the story, do it with something that's related to the story so that I come back to the story after I've gained that new knowledge. You know, like Marvel used to do, right? It's like, oh, these events happened in Spider-Man 25. So you would come out that comic book and go pick up your Spider-Man 25 and go, where'd that happen? Oh, okay, now I see it happen. Okay, and you come back to the story.
Yep, Stan Lee talked about that all the time.
The story with more story, right? Yep. You see what I'm saying?
And I do that as well. Yep, I love referencing back to the other issues. You know, see issue 1 about this. Issue 2 has that, and issue 3 will definitely have it as well. Because you have to understand, people are going to be missing pieces of the story, possibly. You know, and if they're trying to read it and they don't get it, why wouldn't you try to say, "Hey, it's in the previous issue, of course. Here, go find issue 1," right?
Alan Moore had this series, Top 10, and the artist Gene Ha would just throw a ton of Easter eggs in that book, and you would just scour, just looking for all the little tiny things that he just added in there in the background. I used to love that. The search, you know, it kind of brings up the that feeling of searching for that back issue, that I gotta find feel, you know.
Yeah, Christian did that too with the Ed Gein series, man. It's like you spend more time looking for Easter eggs than you do reading the actual book.
And I've tried to do similar stuff, like for instance, on the cover, the shiny cover you were showing earlier, there's the bookshelf in the background. I tried to make that more meaningful stuff, but it was hard to get that across to everybody. You know what I mean? The artists and that. So I had to kind of give up on some of it. I wanted to have certain little artifacts in the background, like the books on his bookshelf actually mean something to real world books you could get, like the Equinox or, you know, maybe Dante's Inferno and stuff, like reference a lot of stuff that would relate back to this world that have happened in history.
Is it on the campaign? That picture?
No, it won't be. It wouldn't be there. It was from the previous one.
Gotcha. Yeah. So,
as you can see, that Doran is a supporter of other indie creators. He's backed 85 campaigns, guys. Show him a little love, man. Get this thing. Yeah. Look, it's not that far from funded. $150, something. Get it funded so that he can get back to work. You know, I mean, we're obviously still going to be promoting, but you know, once you know it's funded, then a lot of other things you have to do, right? So let's get it funded as quick as possible so he can get to work on this. You know, how much of it? It's all pretty much done, isn't it?
We're in the coloring stages right now, about a third of the way through the coloring, and then I'll do the lettering. But right now I'm kind of hesitant on the lettering, so that's the other part of this that as we're talking to things. I've kind of made the commitment that to 100 people. So if I don't get 100 people, if I can't hit 100 on this one, I'm going to end the story in the next. But I'll do a double issue or something in the next one. So I'll never, you know. So that's kind of my idea, is that if it's not that it's not successful, but I don't want to leave the story. I want to finish the story in some fashion. Now I have a much larger story to this with way more cool stuff happening. I have some stuff that is like, you know, horror has never been, to my knowledge. I've watched a lot of horror movies. Has never been where a spot where it should be, and I don't know why it's never been there. It's the worst place ever. I think you could have a horror problem. But anyways, we'll see if I get to that. I'll hold on to it and not explain it, but it's like, because I don't want to give it up. I want it to be introduced and be like, oh shit, that would be horrible. That'd be a horrible situation for the keeper who is the Templar priest to be in. How did he get into that? You know, what do you do here, right? So there's things coming, but I'll probably have to cut that out if I end the series early. But that doesn't mean I won't come back to it in the future, possibly too. So we'll see. I'll leave it open ended in some form.
And personally, I'd rather you got 100 backers so that this goes correctly, because this, like I said, guys, you don't know. This is really good stuff. You take a shot. Look, you know, take a shot on. Is book 1 in the add-ons or?
Oh yeah, there's even there's a catch-up tier, which a couple people have already signed up for as well. So there's the catch-up tier digital there, and then you'll have a little bit farther down, you have the catch-up tier with the actual comics themselves.
Yeah. Look, if there's is there somewhere where they can just like read the first like 8 pages of book 1?
No, there's no kind of preview section.
Just like that's what I'm saying. You need to put the first 8 pages somewhere on your website or somewhere, and then you can link to it. Hey guys, go read the first 8 pages of book 1. If you like it, get on board. Like don't wait.
Yeah.
Go get that catch-up here. Roll up in here.
I don't think that'd be too hard to do either. Really, it's I've done something similar before, so yeah, it'd be hard to even do the first 4. They say the first 3 pages, or is it the first 2 pages, are the grab pages? Like the first person when you pick up the comic.
Yeah, you gotta grab them by the throat.
In the first 2 pages. Yeah, but if you don't grab them in the first 2 or 3 pages, it's done, right?
Yeah.
So you have to think about what's happening in those pages and whether you're engaging right off the bat.
That's the Mike Barron thing. You got to reach out and grab them by the throat. First page, you got to grab them by the throat, Pop. Reach out, grab them by the throat. I'll take your word for it, Mike. And you look at all my books, they pretty much do. That first page is like, boom, oh, what's next?
So we got a digital copy for 8.
Yep. And this is Canadian, right? This is the collector's edition, which adds in an additional 8 pages. So that'll have the other cover arts in it and other art that you haven't seen actually in the campaign. A couple pieces you won't see here.
Okay.
So yeah, and then there's just the comic itself.
Are smaller in American.
Yes.
My nose.
Yeah, it says the about underneath is my pronounced about is the American price, so about $10. So it's a good deal, honestly. I was very diligent in trying to give a deal, and I know right now people are charging a lot, honestly, for the PDFs and that too. But I made sure that I was less than what other people are charging for PDFs because and even the comics are probably a couple dollars cheaper than most people would have it in American. But that's very intentional. I know it's hard times out there for us all. So
somebody said something the other day online about paper stock and thinking they're going to go down a little bit in weight to help with cost. And I'm like, dudes, we bought newsprint for decades. We don't care what you're printing it on. We really don't. You're making it super duper special, but you're making it super duper expensive too.
That's just it. If you're passing that expense off, then it can become a problem. Like I do have high quality covers and paper. It's not that expensive these days, though. I don't find to change the paper quality either, or even the cover.
I mean, I'm just saying. I still buy alternate comics. They're newsprint. I really don't care what you're printing it on. Just give me a good story with some good art, right? Yeah. And there's people who buy it for just covers. There's people who buy it for the story. There's people who buy it for, they enjoy the series. That's for sure. And in this issue, you're really looking for an art piece, buy the original art. Just buy the original art, because they're comic books, people. They're not on canvas.
I know.
You know what I mean?
There's some people like that. Hey, the collector people, that's what they're like, though. Like
I remember the collector guy. I'm just saying, I want them affordable too. It's still going to have that same beautiful art on the cover. It's just not going to be 80 thick or whatever that. You know what I mean? It's
80-pound paper.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be.
I don't know if they offer newsprint anymore. I don't know if they could print it on the new. Maybe
Alternative does newsprint.
Is it?
Pizza Medi, Alternative, that's everything they do is on newsprint. And we still buy it. That's what I'm saying.
And it'd be very vintage feeling too. Like it'd be very nostalgic.
It does.
For us, people of our generation, right?
They smell a little different.
Yes. Yeah.
The ink on newsprint as opposed to the ink on cardstock, smells a little different. It's old school. But the thing is the cost. That's what I'm saying. They can lower the cost a lot by not going all out on just cardstock.
Yep.
They can make it easier.
Or they can choose not to charge it pass it along like I do, right? I mean, like I'm not you can sit there and nickel and dime people to death on it. Like, I want to create premium comics. That's what I say at the very bottom of the thing. But I'm not passing that charge along to the to the buyers, right? Unless you buy the collector's edition. The collector's edition, that's where you're all in, right?
Yeah, that's
It's gonna be
beautiful.
the metal cover. It's gonna have the extra 8 pages. It'll come with an extra sticker, the special decoder card that's embossed. Like that one is meant to be more of a special situation for the collector who wants something higher end, right? And what's cool about this one is this is the first time I've actually done a cover. So this is actually my art that I was actually doing on the draw stream. Some of it over the months. So it's finally colored and done and inked by his name is Kiss, Chis, no R. It's not Chris. Chis inker, and CF Loom came through with the colors for me. So, and of course the rest of it is me editing it in my original pencils, which I'm also selling the pencils as well to try and make some money to see if it happens, if it works. So it's the first time I'm trying this where I'm actually going to be able to sign the collector's editions for everybody, which I think that's, for a collector, that's probably a big thing, right?
Yes.
Well, I was
Yes,
just looking at this one, right? This
Yep.
one here. Now, I want you to realize I ain't never broke that seal, man.
That's awesome.
I ain't never
That's the
broke
whole
that
idea,
seal.
right?
Still the original,
I remember the first time you saw that, you're like, what? He's making it so I can't pop it. That's brilliant.
Yeah, I did. So then you sent me another one, huh?
Yeah, I send you a reader's copy as well as a...
He sends me a proof copy that I can't mess with. Then he sends me the collector's edition. See, there's a proof copy that I can't mess with. Then he sends me a collector's edition that I can't mess with. I'm like, hey, I really hate reading PDFs, bro.
But I send you a regular standard edition every time. I keep using the word standard.
Yes.
I don't think any of us should call them standard. It feels like it's an original cover. I send you the original covers. I know you're going to read them. I listen to you. You say you don't like PDFs. I'm like, okay, got to take care of Pops. Right.
Yeah. The Quint's Curse cover.
Yeah. So here on the screen, Levi, I'm actually putting in animations now. So I messed this up the previous launch, and it screwed up my entire page. The PDF, the animations were so big file size. I was on JD's broadcast, and the whole page wouldn't load. So I've actually found a website that does nice, easy animations. They're not as high end as some, but it's simple and small file size. So this just helps you save some space, and it gives you a little bit of an introduction to some of the characters, right, that are in the story. Just a little bit of a feel. Yeah. Oh
yeah, the little slideshows on Kickstarter, those are nice. Lori's been using them too, where she go through all the pops that she gave away in all the previous campaigns, and then the one that she has available on this one, and it's on a slideshow, and you get to see Big James and Jude and all the different Funko Pops that she made. Oh,
really? I didn't know she made a bunch of Funkos.
Oh, not a bunch. They're very limited. Like you got to be the lucky guy that gets one every campaign.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they're really expensive to make custom. They come with the box that looks complete. They look completely legit. It says Funko Custom on it. It's not,
Oh.
One of them had a hole in the head where he'd been shot.
Yeah, they really.
A little bit of blood.
The Big James, the bear with all the scars and wounds and everything.
Yeah, the bear sticks out to me.
It was done just like the comic with all the scars and wounds in the right places. And they do a really good job with them, man. But they're expensive as hell.
Yeah,
that's why she doesn't have a whole bunch of them done, and that tier is big bucks.
It's it's passion. It's a love for doing something too. In those cases, you don't get your hours back on that. Like I'll never get the hours back on selling the art if it sells. I've never given up art before, so it's like, but I am.
Well, I mean, selling the original art does help the campaign boost.
That's just it. It did get me there. I was so close last time, right? You remember the last few days, like you jumped in and a couple other people, my sister and other people to help the campaign get funded. It was really close at the end, and I just want to avoid that now.
But that's what I'm telling everybody. Get on now. Get it funded. Get it funded, and then he can relax and go to work. It's a lot more fun promoting something that you know you're going to put in print than it is promoting something you're not sure.
You're waiting to the last minute. Like I was literally the last hours of it, I think $100 short, something ridiculous like that. It could have failed by $100.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, this sucks. All this work over the last 6 months for this $100. And you're sitting there going, can I do anything about this? No, I don't feel right doing anything. I can't do anything about it. Then my sister changed her pledge. She actually, I think Pops, you dropped in and someone else. And it was like, oh, okay, I'm safe. I'm good.
and definitely we got to make sure that you got to drop that link once a day in the madness and keep people looking at it, bro. Don't just blow it off once it gets funded, right? It's like stay on that promotion train. Go look at that list of shows that Lori's going on.
Right.
She posted it on Facebook. She posted that whole list of shows.
Whole list?
Going on.
Really?
Hit all
I'm
them
on
people.
Facebook.
Hit all them people up.
I love the dressing on this one. It's got a classic feel to it.
It's got that old EC horror House of Horrors feel, right?
Scroll down just a little bit farther to the yellow box. Keep going down. And one more right there. Yeah. So that actually was an honorable mention in the cover of the year on Comics Wellspring. So I introduced it. I didn't think this was going to go this far. I introduced 2 other comic covers that I did. This one I actually made I actually took the pieces of art from the various, so some of that art is Ajas, the little box icons. I took those right out of the comic, the little circular ones on the left. And then the one in the big one is Jocko's, and I had to flatten them. I wanted to make them look old school, so I removed a lot of tones out of it. And then you'll see like there's a stained look. So I took a stained texture and put it over top so it looks like there's water damage on it. I put a lot into that one. It's a cool cover. It's a pretty cool, very original EC. But also I was a Romero, so I met Romero before he died. He was here in Ottawa, so that's what kind of inspired it. I just in the middle of the campaign last time, I made that cover, even though I had way too many covers. I'm like, you know what? I feel like doing this. I feel like doing something different. So as Pops is hitting that, you get so busy doing everything, trying to get promoted. And my brain break was to actually make this cover, was to do some graphic design and chop out some images and think of the Romero. Yeah,
I do that quite a bit too. I'll do a brain break. Switch from penciling to inking or this or that, or just to get that fresh, come back and see it again. And
it's important to take those brain breaks. And Pops will like this part here with the t-shirts. So those were all the above there is the variant covers from the other issues. So I've got a new shirt. I've got the cross skull shirt. I've actually got one of them here. It's pretty cool. So it's got this one is the bad one that I'm wearing right now. That was like this is, can I get this over here?
Yeah, got you.
Yeah, so it's a pretty cool little logo, I think, with the skull inside of the cross.
Oh, nice.
It also keeps me aligned with the Forsaken Future. I have a cross. I have the skull within the Ace of Spades. Well, this one's within a cross. And I've got the Templar saying "always forward," and then in Latin on the other side, which you'll hear from Coast. So it's a nice little shirt, actually. I can't wait. After I do the promoting, cool. I get to wear it. Yeah, so that's neat. And then another thing I did, Pops will find this interesting, is I did the Raise a Little Hell shirt was popular last time. You'll see that on there too. This is version 2 of it. You'll see that the text is black now. So for the version 2, so just to make it different than the first one I released, so you'll know which one you got in issue 3 and which one came from issue 2. So just the little things to make things a little more unique to the collecting. But a lot of people love this shirt. I love this shirt. I've got 2 of them for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Edwin just sent me his submission to the Flip City serial killer. Oh,
nice.
Oh, Levi.
Was it good?
Nice. You want to share it? Share it. Share it.
See it.
It's really, really good. Really good.
So the shirt here.
Psychosis Ampionis. Ready?
Yep, go for it.
Oh wow.
Psychosis Ampionis.
I quit.
Yeah, that's good. Who did this?
Edwin Badillo, the man who did the Madness logo. Same dude.
All right, me and Levi are gonna Levi are gonna find him and we're gonna smash his hands.
Smash him.
Get the hammer out. Hold that hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Wow.
Beautiful. My goodness.
Gorgeous.
I even love how the smoke seems to it's like a suggestion of a heart.
Of a heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah. That was really cool.
It's good stuff, guys. Good stuff. I like it.
So,
Hey, Grey Wolf.
CRoM posters.
Yeah, the only person I started this, I think Timothy Fling did some after Fling or Finn did some afterwards as well. But yeah, I started the idea of doing the.
We interrupted the t-shirts. Go back to the
What?
t-shirts.
Oh, the only other thing I would say about the t-shirts is that there's no shipping on them. The great thing is that the sticker mule ships them out for free as long as it's not to a postal box. So that's nice. And I can ship them right away. So if people do get them, they don't have to wait for the comic because they're shipped for free from Sticker Mule. They're ready to go. I just need to know where to ship them to.
Nice.
Those Raise a Little Hell shirts, people look at them. They point. They like them. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, Corey wears his. He says, "I love this shirt." He says, I intentionally haven't put anything in there that says it's a comic, right? Or anything to mislead it, and not mislead it, but to distract people from the fact it's a T-shirt with a logo on it. Raise a Little Hell up here in Canada means something. There's a band, I believe it was Trooper, who did the Raise a Little Hell song. It was extremely popular. There's a whole history of how that almost didn't make it onto their album. So if you're a rock person as well, you'll know the saying "Raise a Little Hell."
Is that are the t-shirts over here on the tier side? Am I missing them over here?
They're all add-ons. So this is all under the add-on section. So you have to buy something and then add it on.
Gotcha. Very cool. So the CRoM posters are an add-on?
Yep, all of the stuff in this section are all add-ons, and they're gorgeous. Honestly, I know that some people might say, "Hey, $20 for posters." So there's a $5 additional value of the. I'll put them in one of those plastic slides to protect them, and you can keep them then if you wish.
Right.
But it'll have that on it. But to see them, it's just like the cover almost that Pop was showing earlier. But I love them actually. I'm surprised they're not selling more, but we'll see. I've only got a couple of them left because they were limited prints, right? So I only did, I think, 10 of each one or 12 of each one. So I think I've got 3 of each on this campaign, and then they'll probably be gone.
Hmm.
And of course the vinyl sheet. Yeah, that's what Pops was showing earlier.
Yeah.
Got some of those left.
Oh, you have that one in a poster.
Yeah. Yep. So you can get the posters 3 for $20, which is an excellent deal for 11. Yep, 11.17. Again, I'm trying to give people deals on stuff where I'm getting deals. I'm not trying to be mark everything up. And so yeah, you got your selection. I actually have more selections than this for the posters. I only had so much space, so these are the ones I put here.
Right.
And some of this is my art as well. So for instance, that one on the left there with the guys clawing forward, that's my art as well. So I can sign that one. Some of these are that. And that's CF Loon with me again. So he somehow finds a way to color my art. I can't believe it sometimes that he can do what he can do with it. But anyways, I don't know. Maybe I don't give myself credit. But yeah, lots of different art from WHITEFIRE Comics. I've got so many pieces of it. It's crazy. So many different things.
I love I love the O poster. That's freaking that's awesome. Love
that's
that.
JC Grande. JC Grande is one of the first good pro artists I got to work with. He worked for Image. He's now working on his own. So we were going to work together on a couple other projects. Then something happened in his life. I can't remember what, but he seems to be back now.
Mm-hmm.
So he's trying to release something called Tankard, if you would see it. And it is some cool looking old school 90s early Image type stuff. Like it's this big tankard is like this big giant guy with friggin' bullets and guns hanging off him, and I don't know what the story is yet, but I've already talked to him about, will this fit into the Forsaken Future? Can we do a crossover? So I've already kind of pointed some things out there because I'd love to do sci-fi crossovers with people. A lot of people who have sci-fi books. You know what I mean? What if they fit into the world and you can figure it out? I would love to do one with Corey too, but if you can fit out how to figure it in, it'd be cool.
All right, stretch goals.
Yep, some hologram stickers right now is what I picked, and digital wallpaper. So I've worked with a couple different digital wallpapers. I might offer multiples of that. So I'm hoping we get past find a way to pass the 5,000 for the first time if we're so fortunate, and we get some other stuff going on for the rewards. But for now, I just kind of threw in that stuff. They're shiny, like I've got some of them here, but I guess it'll be. They're not tiny stickers. I hate it when I go the wrong direction. We're talking 3-inch stickers, right?
Yeah.
We're not talking little tiny things.
Yeah, it's going to be like that.
Yeah. And this is a new thing I put in here. I thought, I've seen this on some campaigns. I said, you know what? I need to put an About Us section. I have a wall of fame on the WHITEFIRE Comics website, or a hall of fame for everybody I work with. I have to update it. It's been a year since I updated it, but yeah, you can go there and check it out. Put a picture of myself when I was on the Enterprise chair, and then some of my cons, just to show that I've been around the block. And
right.
You're going to get your stuff. I'm not the person who's going to offer you something and not get it to you, even at my own expense. I'll get it to you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to nickel and dime people. And that, again, I'm going to the cons. If you keep going down, this is like a time machine going back through the cons over the years. So here's my nephew.
So on this picture right here, what I loved about it last time we talked was the fact that you took advantage of just that little tiny bit of extra 3 or 4 inch space right there on the lip, to just like every single portion of this table. It screams like you're not going anywhere. You're here for the long haul.
Yeah, I might have said that story before, but Impact wanted they wanted to be able to present that at their shows and online. That's how you build a skirt, a table skirt. This is my nephew. Like years ago, this was the booth. Like everybody was stopping by that booth with my nephew on it. There, they were stopping at that at Ottawa Comic Con, going, "This is the booth at the con." Like it had stuff going on the television. It had depth to it because I basically built the booth from different pieces of stuff.
Right.
One of it, the main back part of it is actually a normal display, but then I put. You might notice on either side of the top part, there's those little clamps on either side. Those are typical clamps you would use for anything in your house, like clamps for like hardware and stuff like that.
Yeah, woodworking clamps and
woodworking clamps. Yeah, it's a good way to call them. But yeah, back then it was like I had nice little card trays. The television was big, and then over time I shrunk it down based on. So I needed a booth that was flexible, and that's what I've built now. So it can be big, it can be small.
You need a 6-foot table and a 12-foot table.
Mine was
a corner booth.
Yep. And I had a
corner booth is both. You're 6 foot and
you're right. Yeah.
Hey, Levi, what?
And they threw me that top. They threw me for a loop.
I was going to say I had the electrical pipe, the PVC or whatever, the little half-inch stuff, and the connectors. And it all broke down into the collapsible chairs, the holders for the chairs.
Yep.
Right. As the hell with the chair, I put all the piping in one of those. And then I had to have instructions. I had to have a picture on my phone to remind me
how to assemble it.
Yeah. Okay. Is it a 6-foot table or is it an 8-foot table? Are we doing T-shirts on this convention, or are we?
Pipe A goes in slot B.
Someone will always give you a surprise. Like, for instance, I paid for power once and I didn't get it in one of the booths. You know what I mean? It's like, I just brought this TV halfway across the country.
Right.
Actually, the next one coming up, the TV's off there. I was supposed to have power in HellCon in Nova Scotia. And they told me, oh, by the way, oops, we didn't get you power. And I was like, oh. So this is all going back in time. And then right back almost to the right there, you'll see Corey. That's Corey and me back when we first launched WHITEFIRE Comics together with Sister Mercy and The Forsaken Future and Quinn and WHITEFIRE Guardian of Light. So that's a picture from the first con where we only had the card set to sell, right? We were just going there with hopes of sell the card set, people will see the characters, get an idea, and then we'll build from there, right? With some online comics and stuff like that. I'd set everything up online, so we had online comics going, and then that was just one of the other booths that I had that people seem to like. Yeah, so I'm hoping that gives them a little bit of feeling that, hello, I've been here, right? You know what I mean?
I do love the sections, the about sections in there, because you're not just investing in a comic book or something you like. You're kind of like investing into a person. So I like the about pages in here.
But the funny thing about me is I know I yap a lot and stuff, but I actually don't like a lot of attention. I've never been a big attention person. So I'd rather sometimes hide in the shadows than I would be in the light, almost like an introvert, right? You know what I mean? So it's taken me a while through all these cons and going up. Whenever I'm around geeks, it seems to be a different thing. I could talk to people at a con but it took a while to get there. I remember the first 2 cons, I was breaking out in sweat all the time. Corey looked at me at that one con. I had like a white ring going around here from sweat. I didn't know what. I was like, I wonder what got on my shirt. He said, sweat. That's from your sweat, salt from your sweat, because you're that sweat. I'm like, oh shit. So luckily I always bring 2 shirts now to the cons, first off, because you're always setting up, right, and working out. You know what I mean? Getting everything set up. Sometimes the cons boom, boom, boom. But I learned a lot from that one, right? But I got over time, you get over that. You get used to talking to people. Matter of fact, I probably yap too much now.
Yeah, you could tell in the beginning when he first met me, he was getting tired of me because I kept going, Doran, everybody talk about Doran, talk about Doran.
Yeah, it just isn't. Yeah, every time I hear it, I don't even, to this day, I still like, oh, why?
Yeah. So, Doran, how much did this skirt cost? About how much did it cost? If you don't want to tell us exactly how much it cost.
I think how much it would cost in US? Probably about $150 US. Around $150, I would assume. Probably a little less than that.
My own skirt, and I did it because I was screen printing T-shirts at the time, and I just went and got some blue fabric and laid it all out as like a table, and I had like 4 color prints that I was putting on the dressing, and I had that sucker wrapped around like one arm of the screen press, and because it's basically God, man, I probably had at least 6 to 7 hours just in printing on my skirt, like trying to figure it out, making sure everything lined up perfectly. And
sure,
I would have paid $150 to have it done.
And this is a more expensive one too, so you can even get it cheaper without the material. This is a spandex material that doesn't wrinkle. So that's the worst thing you can do, get the content that wrinkles. And the other thing too is it has printing down both sides as well, which you can't see here. So there's actually a WHITEFIRE Comics logo, big logo on either side of the table. So if you approach it from the sides, you'll actually see the logo right away as well. So it's quite extensive the way you can print on it, and it's square. It's totally square fitted. You can see how flat it looks on the front, because it's sewn so it falls straight flat at a corner. So that's what makes it valuable compared to a regular one. Yeah,
because I went to the fabric store, and I'm just like, hey, give me 3 yards of royal blue, and then I sewed up one side of it. So mine was.
I tell you, I learned a lesson years ago when I first moved into my house. So had a basement, had this studio here. I bought 2 doors. I was going to make my own desks. I was going to make the hugest desk, and I did. And then I realized I just made the hugest desk, most expensive desk ever, and it takes up too much space, and it cost me more than making the desk, like buying a desk to make it, and my time on top of it. And I'm like, you know what? Some things are just worth doing if you're going to make impact. So I knew I could make impact with this. You'll see this tablecloth, and it will look different than anything else around it, and it has every time I've been out there.
Yeah, it's a beautiful one.
And it's a great photo piece. Yeah.
I was already printing up the shirts of the design I was putting on the front of the fabric. So I would print the shirts, and then I would have to not strip it all down, but once it was still up, but I'd have to figure out the alignment. Like where's it go on the skirt, and it was just a huge pain in the ass.
Yeah. I don't know how they do it. They must print it on some sort of machine. Maybe it is some kind of transfer. Sometimes maybe giant transfer.
It could be on one of these books. One of them. One of these books. It's the all elusive Doran autograph.
Nice.
Yes, yeah.
I got a stack of books here from Doran. Only one of them.
The other ones are signed on the inside, but it's sealed.
And it's the right one too.
That's my cover, so yeah.
It's the right one too, because Joe approves.
Right.
Joe approves.
Nice.
What was the odds, right? First show he did, that cover was on it, and he had that in his hand.
And I made that not because of this cover, but for my Alice Cooper costume on CRoM Con Halloween episode. Because Alice Cooper has to have a cane, right? Top hat and cane. That's part of his kit, right? So I made that cane, and then I saw that cover, and I was like, oh, Joe's on the cover of a comic book. It's all good stuff. I'm telling you guys, look, Doran is putting out good stuff. You give it a chance. Give it a chance. You're going to like it. You're going to get on board with everything else, and just like I did. And you guys know, I only come out here talking about stuff that I really like. You know, I mean, I don't do reviews. You know if I like it. I'm out here talking about it and telling other people they need to check it out. That's my review. You know, if I'm not doing that, probably, that's your review. I just don't want to, I'm not that guy. I want people to like books. I want people to check out stuff, give it a try, because you never know, guys.
And we all like different stuff, right? You know what I mean?
It might end up evolving your wheelhouse, expanding your wheelhouse. It might be in your wheelhouse and you didn't even freaking know it. You see what I'm saying? You got to give some of this stuff a try. This one, I'm telling you, it's worth it. He puts the time in.
That first episode, when I wrote the first episode, I actually got chills at one point when I was writing some of the conflict in the way I did the chanting almost of Keeper. I wouldn't call it spell casting, but that's the way I kind of consider. He's doing rituals.
Right.
So you know what I mean. So when I was writing some of that, I was like, "Oh, this is good." I was so excited.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's good stuff, guys. That's what I'm like. Doran, you got a campaign. You need to come out here and talk about it.
And this issue is introducing some cool characters. Like right here, we've got Fran and Carl. You know what I mean? Again, not your typical, this isn't superhero kind of situation. I call them the stewards of Raquel, of the town. I just like
that he has a shotgun shell bandolero. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, and I just love the fact that she's coming out the door with all this stuff, right? So there's a situation happening, what's going on type thing, and here she comes out the door. Oh, she's got all the gear ready to go. Oh, another problem in the town of Raquel. Let's deal with it. type mentality. So Carol's got to get off his ladder. I'm like, okay, honey, let's go deal with another problem in town. She's got to get back to her baking type thing, you know?
Yes, dear.
yeah, another crazy from the city just came into town. What's going on?
And it does give you the Old West, the Old West feel, the setting, everything. It all works.
Yeah.
The story.
And I do. Yeah. So because it's a ghost town. So there's to the story. It's a town that not the times forgot, right? So these people have been here probably their entire life, if not generations, protecting the town, or maintaining the town, being the stewards in this case of the town. But what's funny about this, I don't know if you guys will catch on to this, but the first couple pages, I thought for a long time, what am I going to do for the first couple pages? And then it hit me out of nowhere. It's, again, a Romero thing. So if you look at what's happening in the first couple pages, he's painting a statue. That is a callback totally to Creepshow 2. The beginning, I believe it's Creepshow 2, the start of Creepshow 2. Where it's a different actor, of course, but you know what I mean? It's a movie, but it's a total callback to that movie. A little bit more Romero.
Gotta watch out. Gotta watch out.
I mean,
for
look at
Easter
the
eggs, people.
look at the textures he put on that statue. I mean, like if you scroll down even farther to where the face is in the front, in the foreground, and on the third page, yeah, right down there at the bottom, like the textures that CF Loom put on there. I
Definitely
mean,
a stone chiseled look.
yeah, like I
Face is
mean,
great. Yeah.
and the cool little details. Even if you scroll up a little bit more, just on this little scene, if you look at the feet of the statue. So I actually found this statue online. I was like, yes.
Right
So
there.
look at the feet. You'll see the snake from Eden, and you'll see the apple on the ground. That was a real statue, and she's stepping. Mary is standing on the snake. Cool ass statue. A lot of little things going on, right, that you might not think about. But there's some symbolism and things like that. Yeah.
It's just good stuff, people.
Mm-hmm.
Look, this one should be funded already. I'm gonna ask you, share it out, get that link out of the chat right there, copy it, paste it, share it out, go back it, I mean, if nothing else, get your PDF and number one, see if it's something you're interested in, and if it is, carry on, get 2 and 3 and move forward,
I mean, it's a good deal for the 3 PDFs as well. Like the Ketchup Digital, I can't remember what price I put at it. I mean, $20.
Yeah.
Most people are charging $10 a PDF. Honestly, American these days. It's $20 Canadian, so $14 American. You get all 3 PDFs. Yeah. It's 88 pages of goodness, right? So you
less than $5 each on the PDFs, guys. Less than $5 each. So
yeah,
I want people to read it, right? I want it to be successful. Not much more I can do than this to make it happen.
And see, that's the way we look at it too. It's like we just set up our store, right? And Kaz and I were talking about pricing for stuff, and it's like we don't have to make a whole bunch. It's not about how much money we make. It's how many people are using our coffee cups and wearing our shirts and getting our brand recognized. That's what it is. So, like we got coffee cups for $9, dude. Nice ones, Doran. Nice coffee cups with this banner on them. This banner behind me wraps all the way around the cup. It's beautiful. It's $9. Everybody else like $15
what you get for
$9
cup. This day, right? You can't even get like a Big Mac meal anymore for it's around $9.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like everybody else get coffee cups like $15, huh, Levi?
Yep. Hey, it has occurred to me that we are, it says right here, the first 20 printed tier pledges. And I see we have a one backer over here in the digital already, and we're only sitting at 19 pledges altogether. So there are still poker chips available. There are still challenge.
Did I get a poker chip and I didn't even know it?
You would if you're in the top 20. And even you'll get a chance at this art card by Aja. I mean, it's phenomenal.
Hold up. Let me
this came all the way to the Philippines to me. And it's not a small art card. It's 4x6 postcard size. It's got the whole thing on the back. Congratulations. You've just got something. I hate when I go that wrong direction. But anyway, it's a gorgeous piece of original art from Aja, all the way from the Philippines, right? You're getting that for you got your chance to win that. I took it out of my personal set from him.
Sweet.
To put it in there, to give somebody something for the early supporting, and then just reward.
I did. I backed as soon as I saw that it was. Well, I mean, I told you it was like I was messing with. We had Lori's launch on the network, and we did that, and then Lori and I were just talking all night, and it was like, oh crap, Doran, over there and back here, So I am in the first 20. You only got one more chance to be in the top 20, people.
Yeah, and then you got a chance at one of these too, like the little coins, the little challenge coins. I didn't design the challenge coins. I found these, and I was like, wow, these fit so much into the campaign. On the back of them, they're really heavy too, but that's actually the original Templar coin back. Nice. On a modern kind of challenge coin, and it's about humility. There's 2 guys on a horse, if you can make that out. But it's all about the fact that if humility, they give up everything to protect the people, the common person on their pilgrimages. So that's what the Templars were built around, that type of honor and giving back. It's not about money. It's about protecting the people.
Yeah, they were protectors. Yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah.
I get a poker chip. See, I'm the one behind Lori's poker card deck. I get poker. I get every poker chip. Eventually, I'm going to have an indie set of poker chips.
That's kind of cool.
Like,
and I didn't know how much
people like.
Logo,
it's worth $5. It'll be, if it's got a logo, it's worth $5. If it's got a character, it's worth $10. You know what I mean?
And these are clay heavy ones. These aren't like the cheaper. Like this is like clay. Like it's not the.
You want the casino style. You don't want the cheap.
Yep.
I got some wooden nickels too from other different campaigns. All kinds of weird stuff from campaigns.
I was supposed to have more. So for the add-ons, there's a couple things I wanted to do, but I'll be saving it now. But you probably would have liked one of them. I've got those lights. So I've got a laser over here to my right. I worked on some leather. So in the last campaign, I made a antique leather looking bookmark. So I didn't include anything like that on this one, but I've actually already created wristbands with Templar sayings on them that snap on just for motivational. So always forward and be without fear. So I'll create those at some point, but also as well, I got the lights. So I should be able to actually make the Raise a Little Hell into one of those little stand lights with different lights that flash on it, which will be a cool little thing, hopefully in the next campaign. If that's the last stand, that's what it'll have in it.
3D printing, make a bunch of those little dudes.
Oh, I have 3D printers. I've tried that. I've run away from it. I'm a pretty smart guy, but I made a mistake. I should have never bought resin. I bought resin, and it's toxic. I didn't know it was that bad, but it's toxic to have. So
you got high, huh?
Well, not high. It's like I'm worried about my skin falling off. It's only UV light stops it from being toxic. I'm like, what the heck did I get myself into here? Like, it's all over the place, and you got to clean it. You can't wash it because then it goes into your drain, and then you're making toxic stuff into your. So what you do with it is there's a UV light cure, but also you can put it out in the sunlight, and the sunlight will harden it, and then it's safe. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, I don't know. I know people that do 3D printing. They never told me nothing about that. Talk to Chris Brown.
It's the difference between resin and the spool stuff. The spool stuff is what you'll commonly see, a bunch of spool material. Resin is high end. Like there's none of these little lines in it or anything like that. That's the advantage to it. But you're right. Most people probably wouldn't be foolish enough to buy the resin. It was the big thing when I bought it. In my research, it was the thing to do until I was like sitting there with gloves on, freaking trying to.
The moral of the story is do your research, kids.
Yeah, that's right. You think you're cool and you're gonna do some 3D printing. Don't just think that. Do your research. And then I realized lasers are my friend. Lasers are more my speed.
Oh, I didn't drop that link over in there. Now it's in the Rumble chat too. I forgot.
Right.
Forgot to put it in the Rumble chat. I messed up last night and missed the show on Rumble. I'm gonna replay it on Rumble tonight. If you were looking for Silverline last night on Rumble and you didn't show up, I will replay that show tonight. I'm sorry, I fucked up. I had too many shows going on. And sometimes there's just too much going on and it's hard to remember everything. Even if you got it all written down, there's still going to be something, because you got different shows that go to different platforms, trying to keep them all straight. Who goes where, what? Oh, I screwed up. Oh, well.
And they say shit happens, right?
Yep.
It's going
to always make up for it. Always do. Yeah.
Doran, is there anywhere else on here you want me to go and show off?
No, I think we've done I think we pretty well showed off everything. I mean, the covers themselves, that's Erwin Arosa there. He's worked with Timothy Fling and a couple other people. Great artist. 2 days he turns that around. That's ridiculous.
Wow.
2 or 3 days. I don't know how he does it. The guy's a machine. This one here is this is the team that my new team for the Forsaken Future did this one. So it's Andre Lunatic, Koepp Pincher, which is the inker, and David Ocampa. David Ocampa's done a lot of the coloring for me, but that's the new team. Yeah, and I think having him still be the colorist will be good because he's the colorist for every issue. So at least that's one consistency. Where this one's more just. I think this is a cool cover. I think the fact, how often do you get the building is the, you know what I mean, the town is the thing, not a bunch of superheroes, not a bunch of any type of characters. It's just a bunch of bugs flying into which leaves us from issue 2, what's going on, and I think it's just a good little intro. Of course, this one's mine.
Doran, you actually have a really good eye as an art editor. Okay.
Yeah.
The stuff you pick to put on your covers is always solid, bro.
Thank you. That's years of experience, and that's a lifetime of learning, right? You always got to, there's a difference between someone, I'll say this and people get offended by it sometimes. There's the difference between someone who draws and someone who's an artist or a graphic designer. That's not a knock on anything. It's just a matter of, I like to think I drew for a lot of my life, and then I graduated to becoming an artist once I studied it all. Like on the draw streams, that's why you'll hear me start talking to some stuff, and like Levi will jump in or whoever else talking about their knowledge of everything, right? So there's a difference between drawing, and there's nothing wrong with any side of it. I'm not saying, but it's just the levels to of different stuff, different skill set almost. You need to, like for instance in this picture here, you got to put something in foreground, midground, background. If you don't understand that depth building, so trying to tell that, right? Yeah. So if you don't understand that, this is how you help someone learn to get better. You talk about these things and you learn it, because that's what makes the eye start in one place and end in another and get your kind of across. And I put a lot of thought into the covers. Every cover you see here is not just the artist, it's my sketches. I put concept art together for it. It's really cheesy looking concept art, but because I'm in such a rush, but I draw this out in theory. I do character sketches.
Going back to this one right here, just the framing itself, having that statue over on this side, framing it and pushing the eye towards, having that.
I do thumbs of every page. Yeah, I do the thumbs. In this case, I'm trying to stop that for the Forsaken Future 2. I'm trying to just be a writer for that one, but I still have all the thumbs the way I see it. And of course, what's great is that all these artists I work with usually add on to things. So it starts with me doing something. And that's what I love, is the collaboration of everything.
Right.
This one really opened up my eyes from Irwin. I didn't think about flying bugs until this cover, till he did this on the cover. I had all these crawling bugs and worms and stuff all over. I'm like, oh my Lord. So I'd done issue 2 and all the bugs were like on the ground and stuff. And now I got bugs in the air. It just makes more sense. They'd be swarming around almost like they say, locusts at the end of the world type thing, or whatever it's called. You know what I mean? So pretty cool.
The plague of locusts. Ah!
Yeah. And that Dark Eden cover is amazing. And there's little things in that one too. If you scroll up to the other one, the one above it, there's little things going on here that you wouldn't realize. So I call this Dark Eden for a very good reason, because this is my Lilith character that I'm doing based on a bunch of other stuff. But look at those shriveled up apples on the tree, representing the Garden of Eden having apples on the tree. They're all shriveled up and destroyed in there. That type of stuff, I love throwing that stuff in. I threw that in at the end. I'm like, hey, can you put some shriveled up apples on that tree? And
looks like
looks great. yeah. Not quite.
Yeah, I mean, I look at the covers and I'm like, damn, man, it's like every one of them has. They're all different. It's nothing is, the same. It's like they all pop. They all pop for different reasons.
Yes, and the logos, the way I'm moving the logos around a lot of the times, I don't typically keep it at the top. I've got it to the left based on the art. I got it to, it's very important where you place the logos too, and working it. And I spend a lot of time working that cover particularly to keep, because the owls, if you think about it, I can't put the logo at the top without blocking the owls. I played with that one for a while. Like, there's nothing, the logo can't go at the top. Or I ruin the whole depth of all these owls around her and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's part of the lore of Lilith, right? Is these that she's she's part of the Owls in the Night and stuff like that. So. But yeah, I like it when it pops. It pops. It's important.
Very cool.
And you can get past stuff on your website, right?
Yeah, it all hooks up to the Shopify store, or you can go even to the Shopify store. But yeah, you can buy. So for instance, I think somebody just bought today. They just bought all my comics off of WhiteFireComics.com. So that was cool. So they got that via my Shopify store. Yeah.
Did they then come back number 3 as well?
Oh, I did not check.
You should tell them.
But my assumption was is they saw the campaign somewhere and thought to themselves, "Hey, I should go to this." And then you can read issue 1 and 2 now, right? If you're a PDF person, it's only the PDFs you can get on the site.
But you might reach out and say, "Hey, did you know that we're crowdfunding for number 3 right now?" Just in case.
Right.
They don't know.
Yeah.
They might have found you just from seeing the short somewhere, or from a network show or something else you were on, the draw stream. Who knows, bro?
I haven't had a ton of sales on the Shopify store, but I've had some, right? But it's good that it's starting. It's the only way. It's a way for me to make back money. It's the easiest way to make back money. I put zero effort, other than building it. I built the website obviously with my skills. It's not like a template you just get somewhere, but so I did all the design and I kept it as simple as possible. But yeah, the fact that I even was able to hook up a store to it, I was impressed once I bought my Shopify. But yeah, the site's awesome. Yeah,
it takes
work. I did something. Yeah. Just integrating that cart into my website and then having the separate Shopify store is cool. Like I'm trying to do extra stuff too on the site. Like for instance, I haven't got to it, but you'll see on the Forsaken Future here to the right side, there's that Lucky 13, the Future Shock section. That's going to be something that's just a little, you're only going to get it off the website. You'll get like a little section about the Forsaken Future and what some of the technology, that base design I was doing on the draw stream, the vector art of the thing underground, that's for the Future Shock.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it's there's a lot of little things. But again, if you scroll down farther, you'll see you can download the decoder card if you lose your decoder card, but it's in the back of every cover too. But if you want to have your decoder card up while you're reading the comics, so you can decode things as you're reading the comics, you don't have to flip to the back of the comic if you don't have it into it. You can actually download the decoder card below here a little bit too. So there's a lot going on. So there's the Templar decoder card there. So start decoding, and then there's your results up next to it. So you can click on that and see results. Not that you want to do that, or that would ruin it for some people, possibly. I don't know. But anyways, it's quite well. Everything's an ecosystem. It all goes together. Is the way I'm thinking about it. Right? The comic goes with the website.
Look, Carrie says she changed her icon to encourage people to back Laurie's campaign. Okay, well, Laurie's funded. Now we're working on Doran's campaign. See? That's how this works. We're working on this one now, Carrie. Please share it out. Tell the world. Do what you do, sweetheart. Share that out. That one right there.
Do the thing. And this is all other stuff I'm working on too that I haven't got to yet. So the Art of Whitefire comics will be happening. So that'll be my book. I'm still trying to decide whether to do it as comics and a hardcover book, but I'm taking all the art over the years I've collected now from the various artists, and I'm going to make it into a hardcover book and probably a bunch of comics too, because I figured out the comics are probably the easiest way to actually work with it. Like if you want art reference, it needs to lay flat. That's something I've learned over the years. But I don't want a hardcover book that doesn't open and lay flat if I'm using it for an art reference. So I think comics work really well for that. So I'll create them as comics and as a tabletop type book. And the template thing, I've already got that done for years. I just haven't posted it yet. I've been creating the templates based on what I've experienced and how every time I write my comic, I use these templates to sketch things out, capture ideas. So it'll be a little downloadable template for that. Lots of little things.
So Terry also did a little thing the other day. She did an unboxing of the stuff that we sent her from Lori, and she also did a puzzle short for Lori's puzzle that she got from.
A puzzle short.
Creeped me out.
I didn't. What?
You got to see it. You're just gonna have to see it.
Are we? When you say shorts, like a short video of it?
Yeah.
Like a little short, right?
Okay.
But see, she said, "Oh, Pops, I wish you told me she was funded after I put my drink down, because now I got my drink everywhere." She must have jumped up for joy. Yeah, a little short. This is what I mean. You know, the kind you make on your phone, a little short.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yes, yeah. I want to do this as well. I've actually been already, planning to do some shorts because I actually saw Lori's pop up multiple times when I was just on YouTube. When I was scrolling, I'm like, there's Lori again. There's Lori again. I'm like, what the?
Doran, I post 4 a day. I post 4 shorts a day from all kinds of different network shows. You're not seeing them, are you?
No.
No, they got us shadow banned so hard, bro.
Oh, it's the games and within the games of the systems is ridiculous. I did a short video.
So hard to get seen. It's crazy.
I don't know what causes all that crap to happen. All these different dumb rules, but it is what it is. I guess you have to play within the rules of their game. I don't know why they would do that, but I remember I accidentally created a short last year for Raquel 2 of the posters on the wall. You can't see them right now, and it was it had like 20 selections like instantly. I'm like, what's going on here? This does not make sense to me. I just was showing the posters on the wall, and it was all horrible and shaky. I was like, oh yeah. The shorts are powerful, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Somebody wanted the links to your stuff, so had to drop them over there on Pilled.
And you said puzzle. This is literally a puzzle? Or it looks like I see puzzle pieces at the bottom there.
Yeah, I'm going to play that real quick. Let's see what we got.
Yeah.
A film start to finish, but trying to hold a camera phone and do the puzzle proved too difficult. So this is the puzzle from Path of the Pale Rider, Book 5. Close up. And ta-da!
Very nice.
Puzzle complete. I will be putting it in a frame. Go back Path of the Pale Rider Book 6, live now on Kickstarter by Laurie Calcadera. I wanted to do this puzzle.
Oh, the woo.
It's our girl.
We all have that cheeky thing with that dang camera too, Carrie. That little bit of like, I'm trying to hold this thing still that makes it good.
Well, in the first video, she put on a is that thing from the Addams Family? Is that what it is? Or cousin?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like a rubber glove she put on. So just in the video, all you see is like this hand come in there. It's got all these cracks and it's like pasty white and it's got like stitches in it and stuff. And
what?
The fingernails are all blacked out like they've been electrocuted. You're like, holy moly. Yeah.
I forgot I have like this whole kind of poster. This is what I bring to the cons, but there's the 2 kind of hologram ones where you can kind of see the some kind of flash. It's hard to do when it's in the plastic, but I mean, there's tons of stuff in here. There's even posters of Sister Mercy with my character from the Forsaken Future, Commander Rasha. It's one of the pieces I did for the Forsaken Future, but I got it in poster form too. And like, there's tons of stuff. There's tons of different posters I got to get. This is JC Grande we were talking about earlier. Like, he did these posters for me years ago for the Forsaken Future. So they're beautiful pieces.
Nice. Yeah. This is the link to go watch Carrie do that unboxing. Oh, you want me to show it? Hold on. Now I got to find it again.
And there's the one we were talking about with the Reiko. Rocco's work.
Cool. It's got that Hamlet feel to it. Alas, poor Horatio, I knew you well type deal.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep. This one, the one here with the metal skull on it, It looked too much like a Terminator at one point, so I had to get him changed to put eyes into it because it was supposed to be a cyborg user, not like a Terminator. Because I don't want to get copyrighted. It's like, yeah, it just keeps going. Like, whoops! I mean, there's the Hellhound again, and then some other work he's done from. I got so much good art. I tried to make the art book. I was well over 100 pieces of art. I had to kind of calm it down. Here's a good one.
When you got a setup like you got for conventions, the more art, the better. I mean,
yeah.
Beautiful.
This is Ricardo Silva's work of some of the characters I've been collecting from the Forsaken Future as well. But I haven't released these ones yet for.
Carrie wants to see if this scares you, Doran.
Okay.
Carrie wants to see if this scares you. Are you ready?
I don't get scared easy though. I'm a pretty
Are you ready? Here we go.
I'm ready. Oh, okay. Oh, is there some? Looks like you need a manicure there?
Yeah, yeah. It looks like you're playing electricity. That's all blacked out fingertips and
yeah. Maybe paint those things up. Put some skulls on them.
Where's the hand at?
I've seen that picture before somewhere.
Yeah.
Is that Corissa Grant or whose was the pitchfork one with the skull in the head?
That's Cannibal Rednecks, Chris Brown.
Yeah. That's where I saw Chris Brown. Yep. Holy cow.
But see, Thing's hand isn't very good. Doesn't have good motor skills. She was having a hard time picking stuff up.
That happens when your hand's been cut up into pieces and sewn back together.
That's Thing's hand from the Addams family. And she does really good hiding. There's only one time where you can see her arm above it. Only once in the whole video.
Look at the lump on it too. Might need a little bit of surgery there. You might want to. Oh, that's cool. What is that silver thing? Is that like a wristband?
Her up.
Yeah.
So
Lori sent the book and then I threw a bunch of other stuff in there.
Good stuff in there. Sweet.
Yeah. Because Carrie's cool.
Wolf and Batsy.
Nice.
I didn't see him jump, Carrie. Didn't see him jump.
It would take a lot. You don't understand what I've been through in life. I've
said it was cool though.
I have. Yeah.
That was Steve's hand from Addams family, and you only seen her arm once. I think in the video you actually saw that it wasn't.
And even then, there was a thing on it. There was like a piece of material or something.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good stuff.
I got two screens. I got a big screen over here I can look at, and then I got this small screen right here.
Yeah, see, he's got the screen and the small screen. You see?
Yeah, I wear glasses. So.
Happy birthday.
So the website. Is there anything you want me to show on the website?
No, I think we did a pretty quick scroll through it. I don't think there's anything else there that really pops through that. Like, I mean, it is. Right. There's the blog I'm working on right now, but the blog is really not worth it. I mean, I guess the Creative Hall of Fame on the top right you could show. Is this really starts to show how many people I've worked with over the years. Like it's if you start scrolling down, you start to see it doesn't even have everybody. It's crazy to start thinking how many creative people you start working with. I mean, I've only got 2 series and there's like 12, 13, 14, 15 people.
Right. Yeah. So my comic book is like yours. It's about a place. And I got lots of flashbacks and my collection of artists is starting. The flashbacks are handled by the other artists. So yeah.
That's how you do the switch.
My own. Yeah.
Nice.
Now look, people, if you're watching, and it looks like there's some people watching, only the first 20 physical backers get the special thing. Right now, there's 19 backers. They may all be physical backers, which means there's only one left.
Poker chip left.
So I
Only
got that
one
tab up
left.
on a different. So as of right now, there is one digital supporter there, or 3 backers
Two
on the
left.
digital, 2 backers on that digital. So there might be, as of right now, there might be as much as 5 of those tokens left, because it said, and I can bring up this
physical
tab.
only. But I'm just saying, they're running out, people. They're going. There's only a few of those. There's not a lot. You're only going to get one poker chip if you're in that top 20 physical backers. You don't have to get the most expensive thing, but you got to get something physical in order to get one of those poker chips that are very limited.
And it'll get you the chance at the other rewards too. It's putting in the draw for the other rewards that'll happen this Friday, and I'll probably do it every Friday. So I'll do maybe the coins this Friday, I'll do the coins this Friday, and then the piece of art from Aja, the card, the week after. So I'll try and keep it going as long as I can. I'll go maybe live on Fridays and do draws. I used to do the spinny wheel thing. Let's see which backer wins it. But supporting early, I try to make it worth something. And I'll always, by the way, throw in other stuff. I've got stuff all over the place that I've been collecting and printing, and you'll see me, I randomly throw in stickers, and I've got keychains. I've got tons of stuff like that, like pins. I randomly throw stuff in there. Yeah,
Josh.
Why not?
Josh, today we're talking about WhiteFireComics.com. We're talking about Rake Hell number 3. Just launched over there on Kickstarter. Rake Hell Quint's Curse 1 through 3. You can go check that out right now. That's what we're talking about. You know what? You'll be able to join the conversation if you back it and read it, and then you'll know. You'll be able to join the conversation and talk about it with us. See how that works? I'd be there all day.
I'm just going to load up your Instagram page here real quick. Is there anything you want to show off on this?
I think it's all the same stuff, just a little bit different flavored. What's really cool is that I'm up to 848. I'm getting close to 1,000 people following me on it. People seem to really like the Instagram. You'll see a variety of stuff. It's a great way to see what's going on in general. And all the different things, little projects I'm working on. But there's a lot there. A lot there to probably go through. I probably got over 100 things, I would assume, on there now, of all the different things, promoting stuff. My little hellhound with a Christmas hat on. That's kind of cool. The Jason one there with the Rake Hell comic in his hand. I got that this year at. Jason even approves Rake Hell too. Just so you know, he didn't take us. He didn't take the butcher knife to it. He didn't do anything bad. He really seemed to enjoy it. I didn't know he was a reader. Who would have known?
And Josh, we've been talking about it for like an hour and 40 minutes. So I hope if you really want to hear about it, you go back and you watch some of the replay. Because, yeah, man, we start at 5 o'clock on Mondays, bro. And we talk about comics. That's what we do.
There is when I try to do something different. It hasn't really. You scroll up just a little bit there. See that little plastic one there? Has a little piece of plastic in the front of it. I tried selling digital comics for the first time because I knew time was the one right above where you're looking at. Yeah, that one there. So I just tried to sell digital comics at the conventions. I was trying to think of other ways to do stuff, right?
Like as a gift card? It was like a gift card, right?
Well, no, it's just like you literally can scan the back and go to get the digital copy. But yeah, like a gift card. You can give it to someone else. You can give it to whoever. You can do unlimited scans for $3. You can give it to whoever you want after you have it, right?
That's cool.
You know what I mean? You just go to town because, again, I know it's expensive these days for stuff. And I used to pay $2 for a comic when I bought them, $2.50, right? But now it's.
I don't know why this popped in my head, but that reminds me of the McDonald's dollars.
I don't even know what that is. McDonald's dollars?
So gift certificates at McDonald's. It used to be McDonald's had fake money.
Yes.
And you would go there and you would buy them and like, here, hand it off to. Yeah, that's a great idea. Because you're like, I don't want to read it, but I got a friend who's really into horror stuff. You pay $3, hand them that postcard, and they scan it and get the digital copy.
Yeah, the URL's on the back and the barcode, and they can just give it to their friends, as many friends as they want. It's a way to try and get things out there and promote it at the same time too, not limiting it in any fashion.
Comic
I could have
gift cards.
limited it, right?
Comic
Should've
gift
limited it.
cards. Who's going to come up with indie comic gift cards first? Who's going to do it? We came up with it here, people. Remember that. Indie comic gift cards. Yep. Kaz, are you watching?
You just start to see the plethora of stuff. That was really that video. So the white cover there, that might end up being, if I do end the Raquel series, it'll probably be a die cut cover that I'll do for the graphic novel. It all bundled in one. So this is me experimenting with the laser, cutting out, doing die cut covers.
Right. That's a good idea. I love that idea.
Yeah. The Grandmaster edition. Yeah. The problem is, if you watch it here, you can see so the cut's good there, but you can see the line. So the laser was a little too hard. Like, oh, like a whole bunch of those to try.
Right.
So they're a bunch of dummy comics. Yeah.
Right.
Try the next one. That got a lot of views too. I was surprised how many people, like 23 people, liked that. I was like, but I guess it's an original idea. Like who was doing die cut covers in their basement, I guess. Right.
I haven't seen die cuts since like the 90s. And even the cool die cut was it Badger, who had the side profile shot, and they cut out the edge of the comic book to go with the profile of the face.
Oh, you know what? That sounds familiar, but I don't remember.
And I want to say it was like a Neil Adams cover, or it was Badger, or it was.
I don't know, but I have a Wolverine 50 where the claws.
That's the one I was going to. The yellow cover with the 3 slashes.
And I also have the box, the short box with the claw slashes cut out of the side of the box, and then they have like a blue background thing on the inside of the box, so it gives us exact same look of the cover of the comic. It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, you can see all that graphic design. That's a lot of work. Or that's just some of. I think I have almost 100,000 files now on my NAS since I've been creating files. Like, it's ridiculous. I pump out files like I can create a new graphic so quick. It's crazy, right? I mean, there's the skull and a stick on a bookmark. That was in the first issue.
Good stuff, man. It's all good stuff, as usual. As usual on Monday Madness. Doran, you know what to do. Come join us on the draw streams when you can throughout the month while you're active. Come out, pimp your book. Talk to Ryan Permisson about going on Freewheeling Friday sometime this month. You know what I mean. Hit the madness. Hit the madness up, bro. We got you.
Yeah. It's awesome. Always good.
And for those of you watching, you know what to do. Share, like, promote, share out the link for the campaign. It might not be your thing. It might be in your buddy's wheelhouse, right? Share it out, man. Let everybody know. You guys know, you see my personal Facebook page. When something hits the group that I like, I share it to my page right away. All the people that are my friends on Facebook are not necessarily people that are in the group. There's like 1,000 people on my individual Facebook page that aren't part of the madness. So I dual promote there when I got something to share. Put stuff where I can see it so I can share it out. And everybody else, man, it takes a second, but you never know. You might help, really help somebody's campaign take off by putting it in front of the right person. When somebody puts their thing in front of me, hopefully their thing coming to the madness helps their thing get seen more. That's the whole point. But there's other places where these things need to be seen too, not just here. Share it outside your bubble, please. Where did you put Doran's campaign link? It should be like in the description right down below. If you can't find it over here in the chat anywhere.
Oh, it's everywhere now. Stereo.
It's been going everywhere through the whole show. Because a lot of the places you got to share it to separately, like Rumble. You have to go over there and put it there. Pilled, you have to go there, put it there. D Live, you have to go there, put it
that's
there.
what that is.
You know,
Gotcha.
yeah, we're out there in 7 different platforms right now. I think
That's cool.
You know, like you said, the object is getting people seen. If you're watching, wherever you're watching, thank you so much for watching. Thank you even more if you take a minute and share this stuff out. We appreciate you. Doran, tell them where they can find you, bro.
All over the place. And at WHITEFIRE Comics on X/Twitter, WHITEFIRE Comics on Facebook and on Instagram. And of course, you can go to whitefirecomics.com, and that's my website where I try to keep everything up to date, where you can buy comics and all that good stuff. And of course, I've got the Kickstarter, which the link is all over the place right now. Or you can just go to Kickstarter and search for the word Raquel. There's not many people with that word out there. It's a pretty unique way to find it. So that'll work. And that's it. Thanks for all the help as usual.
I think there was a.
Just back it already.
I think there was a film when I just typed Raquel in Google search. I think a film came up. I had to put Raquel comic for your stuff to come.
There's a film and something else. There's actually someone else who did a book, a drawn book of Raquel as well. That surprised me.
Yeah. So make sure you add comic when you're searching.
Make sure you're on.
Find it, though.
Yeah, or you go to Kickstarter site itself and then search. Yeah.
Yep. You just come to the madness because we'll be talking about it for about 25, 6, 7 more days, right? Right?
Yeah. We're just at the start of the war. Get our army boots on and let's go.
Levi, tell them where they can find you, buddy.
You can find me Saturday through Tuesday on the Meg.tv for scheduling. The rest of the time, you can find me on the Zitters at Levi Skeen, or just look up 3 Stroke Studios on Instagram, Rumbled, or Pilled. Go back my comic book, GalaxyMemorialPark.com.
There you go. You know me. If you're looking at me, I'm probably right here on the madness. If you don't know me, just tune in. You will. You will, because I ain't going anywhere, people. We love you guys. Carrie, Josh, everybody in the chat, thanks for tuning in. You people over on Rumble, y'all need to start speaking up. I
think they just...
Yeah, man, look, the chat works over there, y'all. Y'all need to just go ahead, type into the thing, say, hey, F you, Pops, I don't care anything, but, you people on Rumble need to start being part of the action here, man. We see a lot of views over there, but nobody ever says anything.
Nobody's ever said nothing.
It's all right. Comment after the show in the chat down below. Comment here during the show. Interact with us, because that's why we're here. We're here for you guys. So, Pilled, we love you. Always, Ghost Pepper. Our Mamir, our buddy Mamir's over there. Good to see you. You guys know what to do. Take care of each other, help each other, and don't take food. Don't ever take food off each other's plate. Right? What do you mean? Wait. Oh, Doran is in Canada, so.
Yes, I do ship internationally. Yep.
Yeah, she's in the UK. She's in the UK.
And I think it's pretty cheap. When it's international, I think it's a good deal what I put there, I think. I hope it is.
You know. All right, Carrie, definitely. You can get it. Don't worry. If we have to do it the other way, we can make one big package with his and Lori's and everybody's stuff all at once, sent to you all at once.
One big old surprise.
We do what we do, right? Y'all have a great day. Levi, do the thing.
How about a little Mike Barron?
when a series of shipping disasters points to a mysterious sea monster. Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson leave the comfort of Baker Street and board a freighter where they encounter unexpected betrayal and come face to face with the enigmatic Captain Nemo and his submarine, the Nautilus. As they delve deeper into the case, they uncover a conspiracy involving a Russian Tsar with an airship that rains destruction on unsuspecting cities. With time running out and the world on the brink of war, the heroes must use all their skills and resources to stop a massive conspiracy and prevent global conflict. From Eisner-winning writer Mike Barron and illustrator Richard Bonk, dive into the depths of adventure and unravel the mysteries of the sea with the world's greatest detective in Leviathan. Order now at baroncomics.com.
Little president in his sandbox play, build a tower, make it stay. Digging deep through the golden sand, building the future with your hands. Tiny suits and shiny shoes, making plans and making news. Friends all gather to join along, in the sandbox they all belong. Little president from that play, every day a brand new day. Learning, growing your own way, in the great big sandbox that is the USA. The USA. Share your dreams with everyone, sandbox fun under the sun. Big ideas taking flight, with Little Trump everything's bright. Dig a moat, build a wall, in the sandbox he stands so tall. Dreamer dream, builder build, Little Trump your heart's fulfilled. Little President Trump that play, every day a brand new day. Learning, growing your own way, in the great big sandbox that is the USA. Hooray, hooray, for the USA.
And feel the vibe. Every show you crave right here live. Heroes and villains clash in the night. Madness Comic Network sets it right. Scroll through the list, find what you need. Epic battles and fast-paced speed. From capes to cosmic space delight. Tune in and watch your favorites ignite. On Facebook, share the thrill so grand. On X, the buzz across the land. Madness Comic Network all around. In every episode, joy is found. Uploads, they never end. Superheroes and their friends. Catch every twist and every turn. Madness Comic you will yearn. Stay up to date with every twist. Madness Comic, don't miss a gist. From laughter to tears, every mood. Madness Comic sets the groove. Click that button and subscribe. Catch the wave and ride the tide. Join the fun, join the craze. Madness Comic brightens days. Hey! New uploads, they never end. superheroes and their friends. Catch every twist and every turn. Madness Comic, you will yearn. Stay up to date with every twist. Madness Comic, don't miss a gist. From laughter to tears, every mood. Madness Comic sets the groove. Click that button and subscribe. Catch the wave and ride the tide. Join the fun, join the craze. Madness Comic brightens day.